All right, so Nadia, we got hired for an I-601 and I-212. It's a marriage case, and we're gonna go over this questionnaire, see what documents, see if we can add more documents to this list. So Ciro hired us for his wife. Yadira is in Mexico. Ciro lives with Yadira in Mexico. So Ciro has to travel every day to and from Mexico. Okay, and the children are living in Laredo, Texas, because the children.
Sorry.
Oh, that's what you said.
Okay, they all live in Mexico.
Even the children.
Yep, and they travel with him to the U.S. side
In the mornings for school.
Yes.
So Ciro works in Texas, and Ciro, Yadira, and the children, they all live in Mexico, but Ciro has to travel with the children every day to take them to school in the mornings, and then Ciro has to go to his job, and then Ciro picks them up from school and takes them back home.
Correct.
In Laredo, Nuevo Laredo.
Correct.
So that's already dangerous for him to be traveling back and forth. So one of the factors that we're going to use on the waiver would be
The danger
in traveling. So we're going to have to print out several articles regarding the danger. Imagine in the morning at 6 in the morning having to get in line at the border patrol and then having to cross every day. And then imagine the line, how long it gets. You know, maybe it's an hour wait, 2 hour wait. So that's what we have to discuss in the letter. Also, on the affidavit, also the children must be experiencing hardship. I mean, having to get up in the morning and travel, and you know that's a lot on them emotionally and mentally for the whole family. So let's focus on that. All right. So immigration wants to know why Ciro can't just move to Mexico to Nuevo Laredo and live happily ever after with his family. It's not possible, right? Because number one, there's a lot of danger. Second, he does have a job. I see he works, right?
That's right.
So he gets a paycheck. He earns in dollars. So if he would move to Mexico, then he would get pesos, and he can't really afford the same lifestyle. So that's what we have to explain on the letter as well. All right. So we have to prove that they are in a marriage, that this is a marriage case. So how we're going to prove that? Marriage certificate. So we have the list. You gave them a list of documents, and the marriage certificate is there.
Yes.
And then we need the blue letter, which you asked them to provide, and then we need her birth certificate to prove that she's from Mexico. And then we need citizenship or residency.
We have his birth certificate.
He was born in the U.S.?
Yes.
Great. So then his birth certificate. Acta de nacimiento. They have a daughter? Or who's
That's his son and daughter. The first one that you marked.
That's the son.
Yes.
Okay, and the daughter. So
Yes.
birth certificates to prove that they are their children and that they're minors.
Yes.
All right, and then he has a job. So are we submitting, did we ask CheckStep to prove that he has a job? Comprobante de ingresos del mes de agosto para. Great. Talones de cheque. We have to prove. Does he have benefits?
Yes.
Like insurance, health
yes,
insurance?
through his employer, yes. For himself and his son.
All right. So why is it important why is it important that we prove that he also has insurance, health benefits? It's important because he has benefits in the U.S., so it's not easy for him just to leave what he has in the U.S. and move permanently to Mexico because he has a job. He has, and we can prove with CheckStep, he has benefits, and we can prove it with if he has 401k, things like that. So let's add that as evidence. So he has a mother who's a resident, and is she elderly? Not yet. But she is a resident. So
yes.
Ciro has ties to the U.S. So you want to add all the family ties, which is parents, children, siblings, mostly like the immediate relatives. So in this case, he has a mom and dad, and they're both residents. So do we have their resident card, or did you ask for
Yes.
the resident card?
Yes, he sent, the dad sent he lost his card, but we have his receipt notice for that.
Okay, here it is. All right, so I'm going down this questionnaire. So this is a questionnaire we filled out with a client. And next question, okay, so he has children. Are the children are in school, right?
Yes.
So we asked for proof that the children are in school.
Yeah, we added it. I added it to the list. So I sent him a new list of the documents
Okay,
that
great.
he was missing.
So why is it important that we add a school record for the children? It would be important because we can prove to immigration that the children are in school. Because once we write the affidavit, look, the children are in school in Laredo, Texas. I have to drive. I have to take them to school. So immigration wants you to prove that the children are in school. So they're in school in the U.S. So let's get a report card, the last report card, or like a registration of the school for the children. Do the children receive any special needs? Oh, the son has a disability. Do we need to ask for the son's doctor letter
Yes.
or hospital record or something
Correct.
to prove that the child has a disability? He has a sibling. He has a brother who's a citizen. So we're going to ask for the brother's citizenship. Yes, right here. Because this is part of the family ties. He pays water, light, gas, so we'll need proof of all his bills, and we have to do like an expense report to show immigration. These are all his bills, and this is how much he makes. He can't really afford, he's wasting time having to cross every day, how many hours qualifying relative. So has a medical condition. Okay, so we need medical. And his dad has trouble with his knees. Do you know that dad lives with the mom?
No.
They don't. So it's okay. We can't get his medical record for the father. It's okay. Whenever we must have it is if the father lives with, right? Because then you can say, well, I have my father who depends on me, so I have to continue working in the U.S. to be able to provide for him. In this case, it's okay, we send it, but it's not a requirement. He has been a victim of a crime in Mexico. The cartel group stopped him in February and took $150 from his family member, and he's been extorted. So that information is very important. Let's go ahead and add it to the affidavit as danger in his country.
You can ask if there's a police report.
Correct, if there's a police report. And Akiri said there was no police report filed, and you're right. If they are a victim of a crime, it's always good to have a police report. If they don't have it, they don't have to worry about it. It's fine. But everything that we discuss, the reasons why he can't move to Mexico, we have to prove it.
Right.
So every case is different, right? Every situation is different. Some people can't go to Mexico because maybe they have a doctor they have to go to, or they have a job. Some people don't work, so we just go based on everybody's situation and ask them, why can't you move to Mexico?
Right.
And a lot of times they don't know what to say. Well, I don't want to be separated from my family, which is fine, that's normal. But immigration wants to go deeper and ask about other things, finances, for example. So that's why every case is different, and we ask these questions to determine what his specific situation is. So far we have, those are the type of documents we would ask him. And this is a questionnaire for the wife. Let's see here. She doesn't have parents who are citizens or residents. Okay. She doesn't work, right? No. Yeah, she doesn't work. She's unemployed. It's fine. She has no medical condition. Okay. She was a victim of a crime, but there's there's a police report, car being stolen. So let's see if she can gather that police report, if possible. If not, it's fine. But the more evidence we provide, the better. And here she talks about disability, right? Unstableness that they have right now because they're living two lives. He's having to go back and forth with the children. So that would be my main focus right there, is that the traveling part and the danger in that country. And everything else, the job, stable job, he has benefits. So that's a very good factor. Because if he moves to Mexico, he loses it all. And then their lifestyle is going to decrease. And all right, so that's their case. And this is a list of documents. Go ahead and add a couple of things that I mentioned here.
I also spoke to him about, because he was saying how stressed he is and anxious.
Uh-huh.
So we talked about a potential psychological evaluation.
Okay.
That he's going to consider. Him and
Okay.
his wife are talking about it.
Okay.
It has affected him a lot in that sense.
Okay. I mean, if the client feels that they're emotionally or mentally disturbed and they express that to you, then I feel okay about asking them to obtain a medical evaluation, and we have a couple of people we can refer them to who can do that because they're in Texas. That'll probably make the case stronger. I feel good about this case. I think he has a great case. I think it's going to be approved. They just hired us, so we have about maximum 40 days to get this waiver prepared and completed. So let's get rolling. I don't have anything else. Any other suggestions, questions that y'all have? A great case. All right. Thank you, girls.